YouTube, behold, old Double D. Actually, for the sake of accuracy and degradation, I'm going to refer to him as old Triple D. Dumb fuck Dwayne Davis. Man, I've been saying it all along, man. Since I fucking seen your face and since I heard you talk, man. You're one of them older cats, man, that wants to be that young dude so bad. And that tells me that you were never that young dude, bro. You were never that. You were never that ninja, bro. Now you're about to tell the entire world about how you were not that guy. And the entire world is going to know that you were just a coward when it's all said and done because, I mean, your whole defense, right, is you aren't a gunner. You weren't the gunner type. You handed the gun off to your nephew and you told him to do it. I can only wonder what the family reunions are like for the Davis family. I mean, what does his brother and sister think about him, man? Essentially, it's safe to say the majority of people believe that those who make sacrifices for their family are the ones who really, truly, sincerely value those closest to them. And any man who tells his nephew to commit a crime that he himself won't commit is a next level tremendous piece of shit. Now you know that that statement was entirely meant to be said because it rhymed and it was based on nothing more and nothing less than the cold-hearted, unadulterated truth. Oh, YouTube, the world needs to come to terms with the fact that this man is cowardly ignorant. And this phrase is backed up by his inability or unwillingness to Google search or consult with an attorney the consequences involved with implementing oneself in a murder that transpired because the individual confessing provided someone with a gun which was then used in the unsolved drive-by murder of Tupac Shakur. He literally probably couldn't remember the name of the agreement he made with the feds, let alone bother to look up how the judicial system even applies it. Now, bear in mind the home belonging to his wife. What happened to the book money? Did it all get spent on crack cocaine or what? Why is it fucking her home, huh? It had been raided and that shit was done military style. Tanks in the neighborhood and everything, for crying out loud, man. He knew the cops were looking at him. So why not try to like get to the press and create some good press? Like start doing some kind of charity work, start, saying that you turned a new leaf, start doing something, man. Like, god damn, bro, you know they're looking at you, bro, and you know that this is could be a life case, and you did nothing to try to fight that life case from the streets when you were before you got arrested. Damn, this guy's an idiot.
I'm happy to switch the thing, please.
No, I don't think we need you for one case, Mr. Davis. All right. Then the record that Mr. Davis is present and in custody. Mr. Davis does not have an attorney. Mr. Palal and Mr. DeJacco are here on behalf of the state. Mr. Davis, have you been able to retain the services of counsel?
No, ma'am. I'm just really, really curious as to whether or not Keefe D has the money to afford a defense attorney, or if defense attorneys just don't want to touch the case because he's already admitted to it. That could be both of his realities. It's almost like over a period of time, it became his hustle to go onto podcasts and brag about the role he played in the murder of Tupac Shakur. He'd do one podcast, or he'd do a few podcasts back to back, and then he wouldn't for a little bit, and then boom, right back on the podcast to go do the same thing. Like that is fucking pathetic. What a lazy, no good, non contributing member of society, piece of shit ass motherfucker this guy is, man. Literally, that was his hustle to talk about the role he played in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Unbeknownst to himself, like in the ignorant idiot that he is, that proffer agreement only was good for that day. That's why they call it a queen for a day agreement, right? It's only good for when you're in the courtroom or when you're making the statement in the room with the detectives. Other than that, that's it. That's literally why they call it a queen for a day. When you go outside the courtroom, outside of the room that has the detectives and the cops in it, and you decide to make these statements, yeah, okay, the feds can't pick it up. You have federal immunity, but the state can still pick it up, and that's exactly what happened. And this guy, what a freaking idiot, man. How many different states did he confess to this in? I mean, that's not going to play a role because the murder went down in Nevada. But still, I mean, it's like, god damn, this dude is a ignorant. The ignorance involved in this guy. I'm not kidding you. I believe this guy is the most ignorant individual ever to be interviewed on YouTube. I mean, I wonder what it's going to say on his tombstone when he gets stabbed in the neck. I mean, obviously, great uncle, loving uncle is out of the question. He himself has gone from podcast to podcast admitting that he was the one who handed his nephew, Orlando Anderson, the gun, and that Orlando Anderson proceeded to shoot and kill Tupac Shakur and actually he shot Suge Knight in the head. And he was saying that he thought that Suge Knight was dead. So my belief is this, man. Keefe is disillusioned beyond help or hope. He thought the fame and notoriety he got from admitting his role in the Tupac Shakur murder was going to grant him fame, but instead all it did was provide him negative attention, which he reveled in. He thought he could achieve the quote-unquote success of his nephew, which meant he wanted to be feared and revered the way Orlando Anderson was. But the fear of Anderson died the day he was shot and killed, and as far as Keefe D goes, it's safe to say no one is scared of his old ass sitting in Clark County getting grayer and grayer. He should be disregarded and forgotten, not mentioned, treated like the scoundrel scumbag piece of shit he is. However, there is a chance this case could grant him infamy, providing him with a reputation for being an ignorant, oblivious, lazy, selfish piece of shit scumbag bitch.